can control the flavescence, and also the flavescence can come and be transported by the new plants. So when you buy your plant, for example, in Burgundy, the plant can come from all over France. So it can come from a country, land where you have the phytoplasm. So for years and years and years, we had no idea about that. So we kind of spread out by buying some plants to friends or to colleagues or whatever, and we spread it out, the phytoplasma, which now is kind of not everywhere in France, but it's kind of growing. It's in Switzerland, it's in Burgundy, just recently it's in south of France, southwest, Bordeaux, and it's a big problem because, I mean, it's like the phylloxera. If you don't do anything, you lose everything. The result of that is there is by law you have to treat by the insecticide. The problem is we are spraying insecticide everywhere, killing everything, whatever is the insect. There is no selecting insecticide today, so it's a big problem because you are killing the baddies and the goodies, and the goodies are very important too. And so in Burgundy we created with some of the top Domaine, who what I call a collective, so it's kind of a group of a small association to actually understand more about the Flavescence Dorée and to see what we could do to actually reduce the use of pesticide, of insecticide in the land. And first of all, we realized that in August, when you have the first sign of the illness, the one thing we have to do is to go through whole vineyards, row by row. That means like 20 or 25 or 30 people. And you have to do that and to check all the plants. And when you have those yellow leaves, then to do analysis, so actually see where is the actual illness. When you have that, you cut the plants. In France we call that prophylaxis, and that is the most efficient way to get rid, to control the illness, because that doesn't spread out. And from that you can decide that you can only treat 500 meters around the flavescence where is the illness to avoid the spraying of the bugs. And that is like that's really efficient if everybody does the job. And that is the problem. It's today, because we are spraying insecticide by law, people who are using chemicals or even organic say, all right, I'm spraying insecticide, so I don't need to walk into my land because it's costing money. I mean, it's workers and it's people and that. So they don't, if we just spray that, it doesn't stop the illness. It just, we'll have more problem and more problem and more problem because we're starting seeing that if you kill the bugs, you will have some small red, the red spider, which is a big problem. And that kind of classic things, you can't kill one bugs in the chain, it always has problems behind it. The first start of the administration were kind of very violent, saying, well, we don't listen to what the winemakers have to say, we spray. And we sprayed and everybody had to spray. And we had a case of Emmanuel Guillot, of a friend of mine, which in Côte de Bourgogne said no to that. And they went to court and he won the case, but in the same time, they were 100 kilometers from where the flavescence was. And I kind of agree with him because he didn't have to do it. The thing is, if he was in my case, which was 500 meters from the flavescence, he would have done the same thing than me, which is spraying. And he always been clear on that. He didn't refuse insecticide. He refused to put insecticide where there's no illness. And that is, there was a massive mess because of the understanding, and it's, we say we are only responsible for what we say, for not what you understand. And that was really the case in Burgundy. So now, after 3 years, we work with the administration extremely well. And so all the winemakers, groups, village by village, and we are really working for to have the prophylaxis done properly, and then to reduce the insecticide. And in 2 years, we, I think, reduced by, I would say, 60 or 70% the use of insecticide. It's not enough, but it's a very, very good start, and that's the only way we can work.